Hi there. Welcome to my screencast. I'm going to show you how you can screencast within the WeVideo platform. So I'm already in the WeVideo platform. I click My Media, then click Record. And when I click Record, it gives me three options. I can record my webcam, I can record my screen, or I can record both, which is we call dual capture. I'm just going to record my screen today. And I want to show you my thinking and how I solve a fourth grade math problem. My fourth grade math problem is located in a Google Doc. I've named it fourth grade math problem. And I want to be able to show my thinking. I want to annotate. I want to draw as I'm solving this problem. And so another tool I like to use to represent my thinking is Google Jamboard. And if you're not familiar with Google Jamboard, it is an interactive whiteboard, and you can find it by going to jamboard.google.com. And you can see I'm already here. I've already placed the problem into my Jamboard. It's super simple. You just go to Add Image, you click Add Image, and I took a screen cap of the problem from the Google Doc and I pasted it here, and I'm ready to start working the problem. So let's go ahead and work it out together. I'm going to use the pen tool so I can highlight, I can underline, I can circle all the important facts as I go about solving the problem. Okay, are you ready? I think we are. I'm ready. Let's go. Kevin has 10 dozen eggs. All right, so that's the first fact I want to circle. He starts with 10 dozen eggs. He accidentally drops 8 eggs. Oh no, from one of his cartons. So that's important to know and unfortunate because I sure love eggs. And they all break. Oh boy. Okay. He separates the rest of the eggs into 5 equal baskets to give to his friends. Oh, that's so nice. And important, let's circle 5 equal baskets. How many eggs will Kevin give each friend? Use words, numbers, pictures, or all of these to show you know your answer is correct. Okie dokie. So we read the problem once out loud. We have circled important facts that we believe is going to help us on our solution path. So let's start from the very beginning. And I know that Kevin has 10 dozen eggs. So a question I have now is dozen. I'm thinking back about a word I've learned before. I learned that a dozen means 12. For example, when I go to the store and I buy a carton of eggs, sometimes you'll hear the word dozen, and I know that there are 12 eggs in a carton. So 12 means dozen. Dozen means 12. And I know I have 10 of those dozen. I also know that I can represent 10 in a couple of ways. I can write the number 10, and I know that I have a dozen 10s, so I could write 10 12 times and then add those together. I could also represent 10 by using rods of base 10 blocks. I've learned in class when working with manipulatives that one rod of a base 10 block has the value of 10. So that's the way I want to go today. I'm going to represent a dozen, 12 of these base 10 rods. So let's go ahead and draw 12 of these base 10 rods. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 rods. Okay. And I made a fun little mark there because, I'm using my interactive whiteboard. So sometimes I make little stray marks. So next I want to do is add these all together. And I've learned how to count by 10. So we will do this together out loud. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So Kevin starts with 120 delicious eggs. Okay, but oopsie, he dropped 8. So if he drops 8, I lose that number because they all broke. We can't use those anymore because that would not be nice to give our friends broken eggs. That's when you have to check at the store when you open the carton to make sure they aren't broken. So when I subtract 8 from 120, I know that I have 112 eggs remaining. So what happens to these 112 eggs? Well, I go back into my problem and I see that Kevin is so nice and gracious. He's going to divide these into equal parts, to equal baskets. And how many? He's going to have 5 baskets. So I know that these 112 eggs are going to have to be divided into 5 equal baskets. So I love division. I know you do too. Let's go for it. The first step is to see how many times 5 goes into 11. Well, let me do the math here. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. That would work. But about 5 times 3 is 15. I can't go over 11, so I can't do 3. So 2 is the best accurate answer there. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract the 10 from 11, I have 1 left over, and then we pull the 2 down from the 1's place. 5 goes into 12. Let's see, 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. That's too many, so we have to go with the 2. 5 times 2 is 10. We subtract, and we have a remainder of 2. So I feel like I have my answer, right? Remainder of 2 eggs. That was supposed to be a 2 there. But I know that I have 5 equal baskets, so I can't really divide 2 eggs into 5 baskets because that would be kind of messy. So our whole number here is 22, and that is my answer, 22 eggs that each of my friends gets. And I'm going to make sure I include my unit of eggs because that's what we're talking about. 22 is my answer. I box it in, and there's my solution. Yay! And I showed my work. I showed my solution path. And that's all there is to it. So then you'll go back to your WeVideo platform. You see the stop sharing button at the very bottom. You'll click stop sharing. Whenever you click the stop sharing button, it'll ask you to save the video, or you can re-record your video if you want to do it again or you weren't happy with it. It automatically will put the video into your queue, and then you just drag it into your video layer, and then you can add music, you can add text, you can do whatever you want to the video, and then you're all done. You press finish and you share it with your students through a variety of different options. You can go with Google Drive, or you could go with YouTube or email it, whatever is best for your specific scenario. I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you.